Nice way to start off the day. Oh yeah, that's a beauty there. Nice work.
That's a nice fish.
That is a good fish.
Boy, they got power.
We're on the Missouri River near Bismarck, North Dakota, midsummer. And a lot of people realize what a great fishery this is in the spring. That's no secret. But what more and more people are starting to realize is just how good this fishery can be through the duration of the summer. There's a dandy. Nice fish, Brian. Nice fish.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
Boy, you can't even see that.
Yeah.
That jig. Isn't that a beauty?
Yeah, it is.
Wow. And with me today is a gentleman that does a lot of fishing out here, Brian Fettig. He's a very good guide on this river, knows this river really well, and he's going to share a lot of tips today to help you catch more fish on the Missouri River come midsummer.
Jason Mitchell Elite Series Rods brings you the Daily Log Entry.
Yep.
Looks like the right kind.
Yeah. Now the locations that you're finding walleyes that come midsummer can be drastically different than where you guys are finding in the spring. Why don't you touch on that, Brian, as far as how your strategy changes?
Okay. Yeah, you know, in the spring we catch a lot of the fish shallower up on sandbars and whatnot. As the summer goes on, you know, the water warms up a little bit. We find these fish in little deeper holes related, you know, a lot of rocks, trees, swirly holes is what we call them, you know, right off the main channel in a little rock eddy or something that slows the current down just enough.
So deeper breaks, deeper holes. A lot of that has wood on it or rock around it. Versus in the spring, you're typically targeting a lot shallower break lines.
Yes, we are. You know, we catch them in the spring, that 2-3 foot range. You know, now this time of year and throughout the summer, we'll get them in that 10 to 15 foot stuff. You know, occasionally deeper. But, yeah.
Let's catch another fish.
Sounds good to me.
All right. Here's a good fish. There we go. There. There, thank you.
There we go.
Thank you. There, that's a beauty there. That is a beauty. Wow. Through the jig in the net, but
There we go.
all right. Isn't that a beauty? That is what it's all about. That's fun too. I mean, when these fish like this thump these jigs, that is good stuff. And obviously the strategy, Brian, is pretty typical of rivers, but it's even more so in the sense that you guys have milk runs of spots and you guys hit those spots, and sometimes you go 2 or 3 spots out hitting nothing, and all of a sudden, boom, you hit them, but you got to keep moving, don't you?
That's exactly it. Yeah. This time of year, the more spots, the better. You know, we'll fish sometimes up to 15, 20 spots a day. You know, you just jump around till you find a spot that has some in. They'll be there one day, and then the next day they're gone, and they'll be in a different spot.
Yeah,
so
well,
you just kind of jump around till you find out where they're at, I guess.
Yeah, let's get this fish back in the water.
Sounds good.
You know, and that's the whole key too, is that you might only catch a fish or 2 out of a spot. And you know, compared to like maybe a lake situation right now where you can find a spot where there might be several fish and it's a big spot, these are small spots and you really got to keep hopping around.
There's a good one.
There you go. Get the net here, buddy. Good fish there, Brian. Oh,
Feels like it, Jason.
Beautiful walleye. Beautiful walleye. There. That is a nice walleye right there. What a beauty. And you know, the story the past few years has been high water. And last year you had a lot of water, and that's changed this fishery, and it's really changed some of the forage situation. Well, why don't you touch on that, Brian?
Well, with the releases they had through the system last year, the word is a lot of the smelt forage got flushed through the dam.
Okay.
You know, which is known as our main forage for the walleyes in this system anyways. We're hoping some shad replace what we've lost for the smelt, and young of the year white bass. You know, there's a lot of perch in a wahi system that a lot of the walleyes feed on, so hopefully they can fill that gap of all the smelt that we've lost.
Well, let's get this fish back in the water.
Here's a good one.
Okay. I'll get reeled in here and I'll give you a hand. All right.
Feels heavier.
Yeah. Oh yeah, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. There, all right. Nice work, Brian.
Thank you.
You're a fine guide. Get the hook out of this fish here, but you know, I tell you what, this is an opportunity that more and more anglers are discovering, and that is fishing a lot of these major river systems come midsummer, long after the crowds go home. And you can tell today, you know, it's windy, and that's the thing up and down the river. When it's windy, that's when you see the boat ramps busy, because if it's uncomfortably on the lake, you can always find a place to fish down here, and you can always catch fish. And great resource, well beyond the spring migration, so to speak.